Welcome to the Nerdynomicon. It is Tuesday again, so we've got another Tag It Tuesday for you.
Yay!
We're actually not in the theater right now. We're still in the Geeks Dungeon, so why don't we just hit the theme song? Let's get started. All right, this week, it's actually a pretty exciting tag that I believe you came up with this one too, didn't you?
I didn't come up with it. It's a real thing that they ask real directors to do. I know they have asked horror directors to do it. I actually got it from Eli Roth's list, but...
Eli Roth?
I just happened to read an article like 7 years ago.
So we're taking something from Eli Roth this week. The 24-hour film festival.
Yay!
So you said that you got this from a list of horror directors, their favorite horror movies or something?
I think it was Fangoria, but we could have just been like a random horror website. Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Well, I am not doing a horror this week, although that could change in October for the 31 vlogs. Who knows? This week, I started out with one idea and then it morphed into the best comic book movies of all time, and it morphed into something else. So this is the coolest comic book movies that have nothing to do with Marvel.
That's Marvel.
That is not Marvel. That's Dark Horse.
Oh, I'm a liar. I lied.
That is Dark Horse.
Well,
nope, that is not Marvel.
I'm a liar.
So, the coolest comic book movies that have nothing to do with Marvel. That is not just the cinematic universe. This also, unfortunately, includes Logan, Deadpool, the X-Men. So, we're cutting out Marvel.
So we're not saying these are the coolest. We're saying these are the coolest, not Marvel.
Right. There's so many movies I wanted to put on this list, and I had to redo it so many times. But let's get right into it.
Okay, so starting at 12 o'clock a.m.
Yes, starting at midnight. We're going to go a little Midnight Madness with Creepshow.
Ooh, explain.
Running time 2 hours, 10 minutes. Anthology movie. I absolutely love this film. I think I saw it for the first time when I was about 10 years old. It has short stories from even some of the greats as Stephen King. So I thought that seeing as though this movie is still to this day shown for Midnight Madness releases, I'd start out with some Midnight Madness.
Cool.
I'm gonna go from there directly into Hellboy: The Golden Circle.
I've never seen either of these movies, so that's exciting.
I thought we watched Hellboy: Golden Circle.
No, I've only ever seen the first Hellboy.
Well, fair enough.
Isn't it called The Golden Army?
It is The Golden Army, yes.
I thought so, not Golden Circle, it's like
Hellboy: The Golden Army. Yes, The Golden Circle, that's something completely different. Directed by Guillermo del Toro, this is better than Hellboy.
I've heard that.
Far. Oh my god, it's an amazing movie. If you have not seen it, pause Tag It Tuesday, go watch it, come back and give us a huge thumbs up. You can do that by clicking the like button down there.
I have
Did you see the little transition we did?
That was nice, that was good. I don't think the new Hellboy looks good.
You don't?
No.
I think it looks passable, but it's no Ron Perlman. We're going from there, we're gonna keep it a little bit macabre by going into The Crow.
That's so macabre.
That is macabre.
The Crow? Which Crow? There's lots of crows.
The Crow #1,
Yeah,
my
Crow
dear.
#4, the greatest movie ever.
No, we're gonna keep Danny Trejo far away from this list, and we're gonna go with the original Crow.
I know this
from
is
1994.
Robbie's thing, but I'm just gonna go on a quick tangent. The Crow #4, watch it. It'd be great if it wasn't a Crow movie. I'm gonna stand by that opinion. If it wasn't a Crow movie, it was just a movie, amazing. They're the only ones that made the Crow Native American, which I thought was cool.
That is cool. Dennis Hopper, David Boreanaz, Tara Reid, and all of her Tara Reidness. But this is not that movie. We're talking about the original Crow.
The good one.
With Brandon Lee. Running time for this one, 1 hour, 42 minutes.
So what time is that then?
By the time we're done with The Crow, we've seen Creepshow, Hellboy 2, and The Crow. Now we're at 5:53 a.m.
Okay.
Okay? Going from there, it's time to spice it up a little bit. We gotta get a little awesome. We gotta throw some crazy in with a Nicolas Cage classic, Kick-Ass.
Oh, I love Kick-Ass. That's a legit movie.
Believe it or not, based on a comic book. The comic books did not come afterwards. I've gotten into debates about this. I've had to show my work.
No, they didn't.
Kick-Ass was based on a comic book. Running time for this movie, 1 hour, 57 minutes. We're now gonna be at 7:50 a.m. Let's show some girl power. Let's show some girl power with Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman.
Yay!
Directed by Patty Jenkins. Running time, 2 hours, 29 minutes.
I just realized I'm wearing a Marvel shirt.
You are wearing a Marvel shirt. That's kind of ironic for this.
Did not pick that on purpose.
2 hours, 29 minutes running time. Amazing movie. Amazing movie. Probably the best in the DC Cinematic Extended Universe. By the time we're done, it's 10:19 in the morning.
Ooh.
And I feel like I want to laugh a lot. So let's turn on Men in Black.
Oh, I love Men in Black. That's a great movie. A lot of people don't know that's a comic book series either.
Absolutely.
You know, in the comic book series, you know how in the movie they're reading the classifieds?
Yeah.
In the comic book series, they run the classifieds, and that's how they tell each other news.
I actually did not know that.
Little fun fact, learned that from the commentary.
I knew that was a comic book movie. I've never read a single issue.
Me neither. I actually want to read The Crow. I've never read that either.
Oh, it's a great book.
I've heard that.
Art is amazing too.
I've heard that.
So we're gonna go for Men in Black after laughing a lot at that, but I want to keep the laughs going with a comic book series that I did read, and it's far darker.
Oh yeah, I've actually always wanted to read this one too.
Oh, it is dark, bloody, gory. From Dark Horse, I'm talking, of course, about The Mask.
Yay! You know, there's a Mask version, or the little girl is in that. Like a little girl is in
Yes.
that, and it's super violent. I like that.
Yep, ultra violent. This movie stars Jim Carrey as a really not really version of The Mask. It's far funnier than the movie's far funnier than the comic books. If you've not read them, read them, and then appreciate the movie and the comics for the completely different intellectual properties that they are. Let's keep the laughs going with something that is completely different. I have qualms about the casting of this because I love the movie, then I read the comic, and I still love the movie, but the comic is better. Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
This is actually Scott Pilgrim's Precious Little Life, but
That is also the first volume of Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
we have all 6 of them, but
Yes. The Dom did the Scott Pilgrim-a-thon on his channel a couple of months ago. Yes, I agree, it would have been better as the Scott Pilgrimage, but I agree with what he said. You know, he came up with it afterwards. And actually, I think his viewers came up with it. The comic series is incredible. If you've not read it, I highly recommend it. The movie starring Michael Cera, it's great.
your Boo Brie Larson is in it.
I love my Boo Brie Larson. She's amazing in
She
it.
plays the ex-girlfriend.
Yes. So we're gonna go from there after laughing a lot, chuckling, snickering. Let's simmer it down a little bit. Right now we are at 3:31 in the afternoon. I think it's time to go to Ghost World.
I love Ghost
What do you
World.
think?
Steve Buscemi is my boo.
There you go.
Don't even care.
We got
Love him.
Thora Birch in there. We got a little ScarJo.
Yeah.
Ghost World is based on a comic book, and it's also an incredible movie. If
It
you've
is
not
really good.
seen it, go watch it,
Really
man.
good.
It's really
like
good.
Gen X, the movie.
Yeah.
Like
That's exactly
like,
right.
All the late millennials and like Gen Zers watch Ghost World and Reality Bites. That's basically
Both of them,
Gen
yes.
X. You'll understand Gen X,
Yes. And if you want to
which are
understand,
probably your parents, the Gen Zers.
and if you want an indictment on millennials, read Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Yeah.
Or the entire Scott Pilgrim
Yeah.
series. Both of those fantastic films.
Yeah.
By the time we're done with Ghost World, we are going to be at 5:23 at night.
Yep.
I think it's time to kick it up a notch. Let's go with Image Comics. The comic series was originally called The Secret Service. Parentheses Kingsman. The movie is Kingsman, parentheses The Secret Service.
And then the next one is the Golden Circle. That's probably what
Yes,
you got.
that's exactly where I
I've
was
never
with
seen
that.
either of them.
Oh my god. Oh,
my God.
Mudjeebus. That scene that's playing right behind us in the church. Oh my god. Carnage Candy. The only other movie that I've seen that was even close to this was John Wick. Okay,
I love
and if you
John
love
Wick.
John Wick and you have not seen Kingsman, you're really missing out because I really do compare the two of them together. And it's British too, so you got the fun accents. I get turned on.
That guy's playing Elton John. So that's exciting.
Yes, he is.
Good
That's
for him.
right.
Good for you.
Kingsman is going to end at 7:33 p.m. The sun should be setting. It's time to get a little bit creepy again. Let's go with 30 Days of Night.
Want to hear a fun anecdote about that?
Sure.
When I went to go see that in the theater, someone fell asleep and was snoring, and I just think that's funny.
That's depressing. I know you're not a huge fan
I'm not.
because of the style.
I've heard
of
the
vampires.
comic is really good.
It is. And it's a very different
not even the
art
style,
style.
Of vampires. I can handle aggressive vampires. It was
More
just
monstrous than anything.
I did like that they didn't speak our like English or at least some form of like human language. I don't understand why these are humans who suddenly I understand they became different creatures.
Yes.
But all of a sudden they speak like freaking Cthulhu. Like I don't quite
Yeah,
get how that
in a
happened.
way. They can
like
still
they
speak
made
English.
sounds that their
Yeah.
vocal cords wouldn't make because they're still human.
Yeah.
That's my only thing. I understand that like the Maven of the Eventide brings it up a lot. You know, the our vampires are different trope, which is
Yeah.
fine. But it's the same problem I have with the supernatural vampires. I think you make them too close to elder things or elder gods as opposed to vampires.
That's fair.
And I like
Yeah.
to keep my elder gods. I mean, my Lovecraftian horror away from my vampires because what I like about vampires is I like how human they are.
It's like You got your elder things in my vampires. You got my vampires in my elder things.
The thing I always liked
Two
about...
great things that taste great together. Sorry.
You done yet? Okay.
Yeah, yep, I'm done.
The thing I liked about vampires is they're the most human, which makes them the most tragic. Mm-hmm. That's kind of how I felt about werewolves, too.
Yeah, that's right.
I think when you start making them more mythical, you take away the part of them that's interesting, which is the humanity aspect. But I'm much more of an Anne Rice vampire person, even though she's a crazy person. I obviously bring up Interview with a Vampire a lot, so.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
Random segue, that's nothing to do with Robbie's look pitch.
No, but that is a very good point. Again, if you have not seen 30 Days of Night, check it out.
It's good. I'm not saying it's bad. I just don't like it.
Realistically speaking, I recommend every single movie on this list.
Mm-hmm.
This is very different than the last 7 iterations. It took me a lot to get to this.
Mine's totally different.
We're now at 9:26 at night. Let's end with, I would say, arguably the greatest comic book film of all time.
I think the only Academy Award winning one for something that's not technical.
I think that that's probably correct, although, yeah. Did Logan win? It was just nominated for adapted, right?
I think so.
Unfortunately, because it was Marvel, Logan is not on this list, even though that's up there to me, and I struggle between the two. But enough of that. The arguably greatest comic book movie of all time, I'm talking about The Dark Knight.
I was so excited for the comics. And people are like, you're wrong. You don't know anything about comic book movies. You suck.
Yeah, well, this is on the list, man. Running time 2 hours, 32 minutes. The Dark Knight. I maintain, despite the fact that I've received some flack on both Reddit and Twitter about this, I maintain that Heath Ledger's performance as the Joker in this movie is the greatest performance of all time.
Someone on Reddit had something negative to say about something that's popular?
Yeah.
Alert the presses.
Yeah. It's Reddit, it's not 4chan, but, you know, crap happens. I maintain my position. I think that Heath Ledger's performance was absolutely astounding. It was incredible. The depths that he went to play this character, they boggle the mind. Again, running time 2 hours, 32 minutes. That puts us at 11:58.
Well done. Well
So you guys got a 2-minute intermission while we change the movies there.
Yep.
Total throughout the night. That is going to be my list for the 24-hour film festival.
I'm really short.
You are really short. So, what do you guys think? How do you feel about my list for the comic book movies? Let me know down in the comments below.
Mine is next week, and mine's gonna be 90s and 2000s and 80s teen comedies.
We'll come up with a more streamlined title for that.
That's the title.
We'll try to come up with this more streamlined. That's the title. Fair enough. Let us know what you think down in the comments below. Let us know if you're excited about Brooke's list, because God knows I am. You've been keeping this close to your chest. I've not seen a single thing that's been on it. Fair enough.
We'll figure it out.
Don't forget to hit that like button, and if you love what we're doing here, make sure you're subscribing and hitting that bell so that you never miss an episode of Tag It Tuesday. We're here every single week. Plus, we got other shows going on during the week. As a matter of fact, I'm reviewing a movie this week.
Oh, fancy. Ooh. Fancy stuff.
And another Sinful Analysis is also coming your way, guys.
Yay.
So until next time, see you later.
Bye.